I thought that episode of Shigatsu was not bad, but it was just kind of meh. I felt as if in terms of Takeshi's development, there was a lot more that should have been done. It felt as if everything had to be compressed into this episode. I wouldn't say it was necessarily a rushed episode, but it felt as if they fit way too much in, and the stuff that they fit in was supposed to be originally expanded upon. An example of that is Takeshi's development. Then there are some things in the entire series that I felt as if should have just been expanded upon just for the sake of making the series better. Emi, Takeshi, both of them should have had more development than Tsubaki has, because Tsubaki, here's my thoughts on her romance. It feels really forced. I wouldn't say it's sloppily thrown together. It's definitely not. It's handled, I guess, well, but it just feels way too forced in this type of series. She hates music and everybody else loves music. It's like, why are you even in this series? You're just here to create a distraction that nobody in the audience likes. It's like a character that was written in just for the sake of having the romance tag in the anime. And we didn't need that because we had Kaori, but the only reason why this is here is to create a love triangle in a sense, even though it wasn't really needed because we have Watery anyway. Or we could have had Emi who liked Kosei, and Kosei who liked Kaori, and Kaori who didn't like, or Kaori who likes Watery, and Watery who's just likes anybody, and that would have worked out just as well. It would have worked out fine. But I feel as if this, the entire series should have been based around Kaori. Pretty much, actually, I feel as if the series should have just been based around everybody but Tsubaki. I felt as if she's a useless character that should just not be in the show. I wouldn't say she's necessarily completely useless, but I feel as if she takes up space in the show that should have been used in development for Takeshi, Emi, and people like that. That's my kind of thoughts on not necessarily the episode, but stuff that the episode just kind of brought to my attention. The fact that we don't need Tsubaki in this series. We really don't, and she just kind of seems thrown in there just to be thrown in there. One thing that this episode did make me think at the beginning was when they mentioned the surgery, quote-unquote, and I'm like, what surgery are you talking about? You know how you can execute a scene better than that? If you tell us what the disease is, or what she's under, it would actually attempt at making the audience, or wouldn't necessarily attempt, but it would do a better job of showing the audience how severe the situation is. For example, if you said Kaori might die, or not Kaori might die, but if you're like Kaori's been hospitalized, if you said she had cancer, that make the audience think, oh my gosh, this is more severe than we think. But I feel as if just kind of saying she needs surgery is not saying much, because people always come fine out of surgery. A lot of people come fine out of surgery, so I don't see your point in trying to, you know, kind of make us feel bad for somebody who's just going into surgery. I feel as if that if they just told us what she was going into surgery for, it would make it a lot better. As far as I'm concerned, it just looks like muscle dystrophy, and if that's the case, I don't know, you know, what the hell are they gonna do about that? Chibis, there were a lot of them this episode, but the thing about them is that they didn't throw off any of the tone, so it didn't really bother me. I felt as if Takeshi playing was anticlimactic in a sense, and that's where I was coming from with his development. It felt as if it was all kind of pushed in there, just because they needed to push it in there because they only had 22 episodes and not 24. I felt as if Kosei and Emi were supposed to perform in this episode, but they might do it next episode, and that actually make a little bit more sense. Emi will probably get almost an entire episode of development, or she'll get at least the first 12 minutes of next episode, I'm assuming. Emi, speaking of which, the hottest bitch in the world is back. Yeah. I think that Kosei talking to them was legitimately funny at around 12 minutes. It was probably the best scene of the episode, because it knew what it was trying to accomplish, and it did it well. Not saying that the rest of the episode didn't, but everything else kind of felt forced, and it just kind of felt as if it had to be pushed in here because there's only 22 episodes. We gotta fit everything into these 22 episodes, gotta make sure it happens. So I felt as if this was the only part that didn't feel as if they were trying to stuff stuff in, they were trying to slow down the pace in a sense, and I kind of liked that. 1450, chop chop. 1440, what the hell is wrong with Nagi's face? 1830, if the stairs look good in this scene, why did they look so bad at 1450? That's it, that's all I gotta say. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Deuces!